Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing good. My name is Carly Bell, and I have a blog, carlybell.com, where I do machine embroidery tutorials and tutorials with the Silhouette Cameo and other craft projects and DIY projects. So I am here tonight. This is our Sip and Stitch. Every Friday night we do a live tutorial. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes for everyone to hop on. Let me post it in the Facebook group. So if you're new here, please say hi. Hi, Valerie. How are you doing? Hi, Gonzalez 56. Hi, Sherry. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me move you more over here. Don't mind my giant umbrella in the back. Being slow, of course. I'm trying to post a link to this video in our Facebook group. If you're not already a member of our Facebook group, there will be a link in the description box below where you can click and come and join us. I'm really trying to organize it well so that all the information is really easy to find. They have something called the units section when you look at the top of the group, like it says about, discussion, units, announcements, member, media, files. So the unit section, I'm trying to get it together so that everything's really easy to find. Hi, Terry. How are you? All right. Live now on YouTube. Hi, Monica. Hi, Delia. Okay. All right. Posted in the group. Hi, Melissa. Oh, I'm glad you like the units, Terry. I'm working on them. They, Oh, I'm glad you like the units, Terry. I'm working on them. Gotta turn the volume off on my computer. Okay. So, all right. Delia said she's going to try and stay through the whole thing. Oh, but your blessings are coming. That's exciting. And Brenda said it's going to be a short night. Yeah, you need to go get some sleep, girl. You and Carol, both y'all need to sleep. So, all right. I'm excited about tonight. Hi, Patrina. Thank you so much. I'm excited about tonight. We're making a really, really cute Halloween shirt. And I realized last night that I really didn't have the fabric that I had in mind to do this shirt. So I was like, I gotta go to the fabric store. So I went to Joann's today and I picked up some cute options. So I need y'all's help to help me figure out which fabric would look best for the hat. Ooh, Antoinette is doing an in the hoop mask for the first time. Good luck. All right. Yay, Marie's here. She figured it out. Oh, Brenda, you enjoyed my shopping trip? I did too. So I got a few things, and I was trying to get myself together before we got started, but of course I didn't finish. So, but this is what we're doing. So I had a new idea today to help me to get things together faster. Hi, Ladybug. Hi, Lori. Hi, Christine. So this is the design we're doing tonight. Cute little witch's hat. And this is from my friend at work, his little girl, Mason. So I have this typical procedure that I do when I do an applique, where I stitch out the placement stitch of everything so that I can see how big I need to cut my pieces of fabric. And then tonight I was like, oh, I could print it out and cut my pieces of fabric according to the printout, because the printout is true to size. So it's like light bulb went off. So I was excited about that. So I started cutting my pieces, but I didn't finish. So hi Stacy, hi Karen. Just listening, picking up groceries at Walmart. That sounds like something I would do. I would be doing exactly what you're doing. Hi Carol. So okay, so this is the design we're doing tonight. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of applique. So I was trying not to make this a 2-hour video, so that 3-hour video probably. So I'm trying to have my little pieces cut out ahead of time. I have a couple, but I wasn't all the way ready. But try not to talk too much and just show. So I'm really excited tonight because we are, for the first time on YouTube, gonna play with my new baby. This is my baby. I need to give her a name. She needs a good name. Her name right now is just Persona, but she needs a girly name. I have to think of one, and then I'll put a little sticker on the side with her name. So we'll be using the Persona tonight because now that I have a bigger machine, I feel like I can do nice, bigger designs on the kid shirt. Because like a 4T, we're going to do a 4T tonight. So a 5x7 looks fine on a 4T. It does. But an 8x8 looks real nice. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Okay, wait, I'm looking. All right, Delia wants to know, how did I get the drawing? So I opened up the design in Embrilliance Essentials. I added a name with a BX font that I had. And then in Embrilliance, you can just go to print and it will print as long as you have it set up with your printer. I didn't have to make any adjustments on mine, but make sure with your printer it doesn't say fit to size or fit anything with fitting, because then it's going to change the scale. But it will print true to size from Embrilliance when you do that. So a couple things. So the link for this witch hat design is from Alphalicious Designs. It's in the box below. This font is called Vanilla Cupcake, and it's from Embroidery Boutique, and it's linked down below as well. And then all the supplies and everything I'm using down below. Embrilliance software. If you ever have any questions about that, feel free to ask. All that is in the description box below. So, 4T shirt. I'm using a Walmart shirt tonight. I did get some AJ blanks I'm very excited about, but I'm going to save those for something else. So, this is a Walmart shirt. So, it's a little on the thin side, but I think my go-to stabilizer, which is 1 layer of poly mesh and 1 layer of tearaway, is fine on these shirts. And this is not a very dense design. I actually picked, this design comes in several options, but you have to buy the one you want. You don't just buy one and it comes with all of them. So make sure you pick the one you like. I picked the zigzag. So you can see in the printout, it looks like a zigzag. So this is just a different stitch. It's not a satin stitch. They have a satin stitch option. This is zigzag. They had a bean stitch option, and with the bean stitch you'll have the raw edge of the fabric poking out. And then what else did they have? Oh, a blanket stitch. That one also looks cool too. So this is not very dense, so I'm not worried about needing a lot of stabilizer on this shirt. And then I also picked like a bean stitch font. So again, not too much trouble with needing a lot of stabilizer. So let's go ahead and get started. I apologize in advance because once I start moving, I might miss your comments. If I miss them when we're back sitting at the computer, ask them again so then I might see them. And I try to scroll back and look at things I missed. But if I miss anything, ask again when you see me sitting and looking at the screen or sitting and looking at the computer. All right, so first thing with I'm gonna set y'all up to watch there. Okay, so this is my new baby. This is a free arm machine. This is a little different than the flatbed. One of the major things that is different from me using this and using my flatbed is this machine has to be oiled every time you turn it on. So I take my bobbin case out, and it's one of the metal ones. I spray it with some air just to clean it out. And then before I oil it, they have a turn dial on the back of the machine. And I have a video on setting up this machine, but I have to turn that, and that makes the bobbin case move so that the spot I need to oil is there. I could access it. And so I'm just going to drop a little spot of oil on the hook of the bobbin case and then put that back. So then I'll put this back in. Make sure it's in right. Okay. And then I turn my dial back straight up. Okay. So now it's ready to go. And now I just turn it on. Okay. So, and this is telling you oil the bobbin hook, which we did. So we're ready to go. And watch out because the embroidery carriage will move. And now we're ready. Okay. Tonight we're going to be using the EZ Frames. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new one. So these are, my machine came with some hoops. It came with a big 8x8 hoop. Where is it at? And a 4x4 hoop that looks like this. But to be honest, I don't really use them. I like the EZ Frames the best. So, all right, let me check and see. All right. Oh, Carol said let the girls name her. That's a good idea. I'm trying to think what, there's a name Elise likes right now. She named her baby, I think, Katie. She has some names picked out. Elise told me the other day when she grows up and she has babies, when she has a girl, she's going to name it Katie. And when she has a boy, she's going to name it, oh, I can't remember what it was. But it was not a normal name, but I loved it. And I'm thinking, she's 4. She picked out her baby names. I'm going to have to remind her of this when she's older. Okay. Okay, Melissa asks, how much does this machine run? So if you are interested in this machine, send me an email or message me on Facebook. My email is carlybellblog@gmail.com, or message me on Facebook. This machine costs $5,000. I do have a coupon code for a little bit of money off. And I do have like a special offer that if you would order the machine through me, I would give you free virtual one-on-one training and some other little goodies to go with it. So if you're ever interested, please let me know. Hi, Linda. Okay, Melissa said she wondered if anything like that needs to be done on the PE-800, talking about oiling probably. No, the PE-800, you should get serviced every 1 to 2 years, and the service technician will oil it. Now, I recently had mine serviced, and the service technician told me there are some things that I can do on it at home every once in a while, and I'm going to go over that in another video. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Diana. Yeah, Cindy said the single needle machines do not need oil. And when you say single needle, I know you mean flatbed, because this is a single needle. It only has one, but it's a free arm. I think that's the main distinction between the two, is the flatbeds don't need oiling. Leave that up to the service technician. The free arms need oiling every time you turn it on. All right. Hi, Dawn. You were trying the 5x12 hoop, and oh, I'm glad you got it figured out. Yes, and before you did, I did a quilt last night. So the 5x12 is great for those quilts. I love it. Okay, so back to business. We are hooping tonight with my favorite hoop. This is the Durkee EZ Frame. You may have also heard of fast frames before. These are essentially the same thing, but I've never used the fast frames, but just looking at them, I like these better. They are, I've felt a fast frame before, and they're a little more flimsier, I guess you would say. I feel like these are a lot sturdier, and the fast frame only hooks in, like, you see how this has two? Fast frame only has one. So they serve the same purpose, they have the same function. I feel like these are a little more sturdier. This is the frame that it comes on, and so we're going to hoop our shirt, and then we're going to slide this in here like that, and then we'll tighten these up, and then we put it on the machine. But first we need to put the shirt. So let me put y'all up here. Let's see if I could do this. Sorry, y'all see my messy room. This is my little concoction of putting y'all on my pegboard so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so got my little shirt. And I got my little iron plugged in right now, so I'm just gonna use that. Iron her out. Okay, so you got two options. We can either use the EZ Frame itself to make marks like this. They have little notches in the EZ Frame here that you can use for marks, or you can use the 8x8 hoop that came with the machine. Has a grid, so you could also use this too to figure out your placement. But I typically like to go an inch and a half down from the collar, and then I just eyeball it with placement, or you can use a ruler. After last week's video, Elise was playing with my acrylic ruler, and I thought she was like very curious that if it bent or not, and she found out it does not bend, and she broke it. So I have a 12-inch ruler now instead of 18-inch, but that's okay. It still works, and I ordered a new one, and it should have came in the mail today, but it didn't. So that's when I'm thankful I have my list of all my supplies. I usually put them in the bottom of the box here, but I have them in those Facebook groups now too. So I was like, it was very easy for me to go to that list and find the link to my ruler that I like. So it's about 11 and a half. So what's that? 5 3/4 right there. Okay. It's too quiet in here. Elise is downstairs watching a movie. And Abigail's very excited about it because her favorite game came out with a Halloween edition or something today. So she's consumed with her game. Okay, so I'm using my, this is water-soluble fabric marker. So it disappears with water, or I like to use my Tide pen. I use this all the time when figuring out where I want to put things. So when I got my new machine, it took me, it wasn't too much, but this is a lot different than my PE 800 and hooping with those hoops. So okay, so there's that. So I am going to flip this over and iron on some poly mesh. And so when I got my new machine, I had to buy a bigger roll of poly mesh because the one I have, it works. I could use this because the thing is, if I was putting the poly mesh on here, and I have some special clips that I do that with, but I'm gonna show you something different tonight. These are these clips, and I could clip stabilizer on here, We're going to do a different technique tonight. But if I was putting stabilizer on here, you see that it's too short. So I bought a 10-inch roll. Yeah, the 10-inch roll. Now I can cover the whole frame. But since we're going to use the tearaway is going to go on the frame and just the poly mesh is on the shirt, I can use my smaller roll. So I could see my little purple dots through, so this is going to go right to the edge here. And I think my design, I have to look at it on the Embrilliance. It doesn't go right to the edge of the hoop. So I think the stabilizer going right there will be fine. Okay. Let me put that here. Okay, so there's my stabilizer. I got the right side down, yeah. Make sure the shiny side with the adhesive is down. And I'm just ironing this and putting a little bit of pressure. And this is just to help the knit fabric from really moving around so much when you're stitching, especially when you're doing satin stitches or denser stuff. If you can have a fusible cutaway, so the poly mesh is a cutaway. They also make a regular, like a regular cutaway. I found a fusible one. Bro Thread makes it. But anytime you're messing with a shirt, if you can have a fusible, do that. Okay, so that's done. Now, this is the cool part. So instead of ironing on tearaway on the back of here, we are going to use our frame and sticky tearaway. And because the shirt I had to buy a bigger roll of sticky tearaway too. That was the only thing. You have to buy bigger rolls of stabilizer for you want to buy rolls that fit the frames that you have. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and peel the backing off. I'll find a corner that likes me. I'm going to peel it down a little bit. So this is sticky. And I'm going to stick it. No, I'm doing it wrong. This is sticky. And I'm going to stick it to the back of my frame and rub it in. And then if you are brand new and you're getting these, there is a trick. But I didn't find out the trick until I had already done this. So it's too late for me. But apparently if you rub some kind of citrus oil on the back of these, it kind of, what's the word? Like when you do it to a pot, seasons it in a sense. It primes it so that when you're pulling off your tearaway, when you're done with the project, it comes off a lot cleaner. It still sticks, but then it comes off a lot cleaner. So if you're getting one of these frames anytime soon, do that before you start using it. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull off these. And the trick is you want to pull it. It's still going to be nice and taut like you would if you were hooping something. So you pull it and press it. And then I just pressed it in the middle here. And then like over here, I'm going to take it, pull it, press it. And then over here, pull and press. So now it is like a drum, nice and taut. And I'm gonna trim away. And don't use your good scissors because you don't want adhesive on your good scissors. This is my cut anything scissors. Not my fabric. Okay. So now we got that. And what's next? Next we need to make some marks, not with the broken ruler. I found the right piece. There we go. And I have these little indents, and I just use that to figure out, where'd my marker go? The middle of my hoop. Okay, so there we go. Now we just take the shirt, slide it in, and I don't know if you can, but I can see my lines through this white shirt. So white shirts are nice and easy to do. But you basically want to take your placement marks that you made on the shirt and on the hoop. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh wait, you know what? I lied. Oop, but then we didn't press it. We're gonna go this way. And then we're gonna turn, yeah, this way. So you want the nice big hole here for your arm to be in. Depending on the shirt, it doesn't, if both holes are big, it doesn't matter. But for the smaller shirts, it's better to have the bigger end over here. So then it can move around a little bit better than trying to move around this hole. Okay. So now I'm just lining up my marks. Okay, and that is it. So normally I would put some topper on here. I don't think I am tonight though, because the whole design, topper really helps with satin stitches, especially like so say the satin is going and this side's going in the applique fabric and this side's going into the shirt. It makes this part look a lot crisper. But because we're not doing a satin stitch, I don't think we need it today. And definitely don't need it for the bean stitch of the name. So I think that's it for us. But if you are unsure if the stitches, are going to look good, then by all means, put you some topper down. So that's this water soluble topper. All right, here is my frame. So I'm going to lift up the shirt right here and slide it in here. And make sure, see all this, we don't want that there. Have all this open. Okay, and then I'm pushing it in with my stomach right now. And that's it. So the best thing about this machine is I don't have to pull away all this fabric like I would normally on the PE-800, because all of this is going to hang underneath the arm so that the bobbin is directly underneath the shirt and going through, and you're not sewing the shirt to itself. All that makes sense to you. All my stuff's falling off my pegboard. Okay, let me fix y'all back up now so y'all can see the machine. There we go. Okay, so I have my shirt on the hoop, and so this is where it's going to go in here. And this slides on and it clicks in place. So we could see in there good. So I'm not going to sew the shirt to itself, hanging underneath. And then this clicks in place here and here. So you make sure it's in there good. So now we just need to load the design. Give me 1 second, I gotta get my USB stick. Okay, I got my USB. Where are we at? Here. Okay. So the only thing is usually when I try to show this screen that's very bright, maybe the close, I wonder if I could turn the brightness down. Let's go here. Screen brightness. Okay, I put it on 1. Is that better? Maybe a little bit. I think, oh, you know what's messing us up? My big umbrella light. Let me turn that off. Okay. Is that better? Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to hit this. And this has an interface very, very similar to the PE-800, except it's just a bigger screen. So I'm just going to scroll through and find my design. And there it is. And I'm going to hit set. And it's showing me how big the design is. And I can see right now, like, my needle is here, but my center is here. So I'm going to, oh, I need to rotate it. So let's rotate it. Rotate. And I'm going to turn it 90 degrees twice. Okay. And then I'm going to move it as far down as I can. So that means that the needle's going to move this way and the design will be closer to the top of the neck. I'm going to hit embroider and see it move the needle. And y'all cannot see because it is too bright, but there is a red laser dot that shows me right where my needle is going to fall. So that's also a really nice feature. So I could see everywhere where the laser is going to hit. Let me see if I can turn that light off. I think I can. Off. Now you see my little laser dot? Isn't that cool? So it's not quite right on my center mark, but this is as much as it's letting me move the design up. So that is okay. Now I'm going to trace the design. So this is the same on the PE-800, this little dashed box. Or I have this option, which I can test all of the areas. So I could go like, this will move it all the way to the top. So the top of my design will be here. So it's maybe not quite 2 inches away from the collar. That's still good. The bottom of my design is here, and that's pretty much right past where my dot was. Now let's check the sides here and here. It looks a little off-centered. Let's go back here. I think I'm gonna move it over a smidge this way. I could do that here. And now my laser moved with it. So I can go back. So now the line is right on the inside of my purple dot. And yeah, right on the inside. So I like that better. Okay, and now we are ready. I don't know if I'm doing good camera angles here, if y'all even saw any of that. All right, so now let's look at the stitches. So the first thing it's gonna stitch is this little line connecting. So we have black thread loaded. So, oh, I never even picked my thread colors for this. Okay. All right, Carol says, makes lining things up super easy. Yes, I really, really loved it. And to be honest, I never messed with the trace function before on my PE-800. I didn't even realize it was really there until I got this, and I knew I had to trace stuff because I had watched videos and read, especially with the Durkee frames, they make a huge deal out of tracing everything before you start because the machine doesn't recognize the Durkee frame. The machine doesn't know which frame you have in. You might have a little tiny small frame. It's reading you got a big one in. So tracing is super important when using these frames. But now I trace everything. I love it. Okay, Cindy said she bought a laser pointer for her flatbed. That's cool. Yeah, same with the brim boards. You have to trace them. Okay, so I have the black thread loaded, my first stitch is this little squiggly line, so I'm gonna hit lock and go. And then I need to look and see. All right, and then next is the outline of the top part of the hat. I'm gonna keep that with black. So I need your help picking out which fabric. So I went to Joann's today and I found a bunch of cute black kinds of fabric, and I bought a 1/4 yard of each. So let me go over here maybe where the light's a little better. Okay, so y'all tell me which fabric you like. So this will be for the witch's hat. So this is kind of a crackly. Then we have stars. Then we have triangles, swirls, and then this is kind of a shiny gunmetal look. And then the other thing is that we could do the top of the hat one and the bottom brim of the hat a different. So it's separated. So tell me what y'all like for the top of the hat. Okay. Dawn likes the swirls. Melissa likes the crackle. Cindy swirls. Dawn the stars. Swirls. Shiny swirls. Hi, Con. Crackly, crackly. It's so hard to choose. There's so many cute ones. Okay. I'm trying to see if any of them look good in a combination. And then I have the little line on the brim of the hat. I got this orange stripe, and I'm gonna make the stripes go up and down. And then these are gonna be the little flowers that are on it. So there it is with the crackle. Yeah, you're right. The 4-year-old will probably like the swirls. Oh yeah, I think that's cute. I really like the stars, but I feel like there's too much going on with it, huh? The stars are a little too much. If it didn't have all these little white dots in between the stars, I think I would like it better. This one also spoke to me, but I think the little girl's gonna like the swirls. Yeah. The shiny's also pretty, but it's pretty because it's shiny, but it needs a little something more. What if we did the top swirls and the bottom shiny? What do y'all think about that? Oh, that's too much going on. We should just keep the top and bottom swirls. I'm saying yes, but I don't know which one you're saying yes to. Tell me, swirls only or swirls and shiny? I agree. Swirls work with the color. Just swirls. Okay. Just swirls. Got it. Thank y'all for y'all help. It's so hard to make these decisions, but it really helps when you hold everything together, you know. And especially now I cut some of the pieces together and you can see all of them. So, all right, so now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is find the placement stitch for the bottom of the hat. So I'm gonna move, press in my spool. Okay, here's the placement stitch for the bottom of the hat. Lock, go. So I'm gonna do them both at the same time. So. so here it is. So that's the outline for the top and the bottom. So I'm gonna just cut one big piece of fabric and we'll trim it all at one time. I don't have a drink. I totally forgot to make myself a drink, Wendy. Where's Chris? Let's go holler at Chris. Chris! I forgot to make myself a drink. Can you make me a painkiller, pretty please? Thank you. My husband to the rescue. Okay. All right. Oh, here comes Lacey. She heard me.
Mama, are you doing your video?
Yeah, Lacey, come see. They waiting to see you. Come tell them you what you tell them every week. What you say? You gotta come over here. Let's see. Wait, I gotta make them see. Hold on.
I can't remember.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Please give this video a thumbs up. Oh, and click the bell to subscribe.
Thank you, Lacey. You're such a good helper. What you watching? Are you still watching Halloween Town? Hmm? Are you still watching Halloween Town? With Daddy?
Cheek hole, so I'm snuggling with you.
You want to snuggle?
Because my cheek hole.
Why your cheek hurts?
Because I ate a little.
Did you bite
Because
your,
I
you
had
bite your
two
cheek?
lollipops
Oh.
and there a Tootsie Roll in my mouth.
You have two lollipops and a Tootsie Roll in your mouth? Yeah, that's going to make the inside of your mouth hurt. That's too much candy. You think it's Halloween? Oh, tell everybody what we did today after school. What did we do? What did we put up outside?
A Halloween decoration.
Okay, go eat your food.
Mommy.
She was very excited to put up the Halloween decorations today. Yes.
Mom,
Yes.
we forgot a little more Halloween decorations.
Yeah, we're going to finish them tomorrow. Okay, that sound good?
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
good.
but tomorrow I need a good nap. So before my nap.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because I need to take a long nap.
I need to take a long nap too, Lacey. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, I cut my piece of fabric and now I'm going to put some heat and bond on the back of it.
Can I put it on? Can I put it on?
No, baby, I gotta use the hot iron. And we can't touch the iron because it's hot. Only grown-ups. Okie dokie?
I'm going to use the last one.
Okay, baby. All right. So I'm just cutting a piece of heat and bond that is a little bit smaller than the piece of my fabric. I'll show y'all. Alright, so I just cut it to be a little bit smaller. This is Heat and Bond Light. This is great to use on the back of appliques. It helps keep the applique fabric adhered to your shirt, so after you wash it, it doesn't kind of like pull away from the shirt and it might wrinkle. So this is good to do to help keep your applique fabric looking nice. Okay. Hi, it's Beezy. I think Bridget. I think her real name is Bridget. Cindy's asking how old Elisa is. She is 4. All right. Yeah, she's my cute little assistant. Okay. Ooh, here comes. I get a delivery.
Special delivery.
Thank you.
Your dad says he put some comments on it for you.
Oh, he's on?
He's about to watch it.
Yay, my dad's gonna watch. He has to figure out how to log into YouTube first. Okay. All right, so I put...
Oh, you see Elisa now?
No, she went to the bathroom. So I have the fabric, you know, the pretty side down, then the heat and bond with the adherent side down, And now I'm gonna iron this on the back of the fabric. Real quick with my handy dandy little iron. The only thing that would make this iron better is if it was cordless. Anybody find a cordless mini iron? Show me. Okay, so here's my fabric. It's hot. It's hot. And I'm gonna peel this off the back. And now I am going to put this over. Y'all can't see. All right. So I just laid it right on top, and it's much bigger than it needs to be, but that's okay. Now I have to, okay, now the next step is the placement stitch for the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch that. I am doing it with black thread. This is okay, but if you, okay baby, did you wash your hands?
Oh, I forgot.
Go wash your hands. With using a thread that is the same color of the fabric, if your eyes are not great, it's going to be hard to see where to trim your applique. So if that is a problem, use a lighter color thread so that you could see it. This thread will be seen with this design. Hold on one second. What, baby? What? I don't see it. Go look in your room. Go ask Abigail. Okay. Sorry about that. So, with this design, usually the placement stitch is not seen because it's hiding underneath the satin stitch. But this is a zigzag stitch and it's a lot looser. And so you will see the thread underneath this. So don't use a crazy color for your tack down stitch because you might see it through. So here we go. And this is such a big piece, I'm not really worried about it moving around. Okay, so it's done. And now I'm going to back up, and most of y'all know how to move around, but somewhere on your machine there should be this button that looks like a needle with the plus and minus. So when I press that, I don't know how focused this is, I have the option of moving individual stitches back and forth, or the spool is to move steps. So I'm going to go back, back, back. Here, this is my placement stitch now for the top of the hat, and I'm gonna hit OK. Lock and go. So Bridget says there's one at Walmart. That's the one I have, the one that's at Walmart, the Steam Fast. It's also on Amazon, but it's cheaper if you can find it at Walmart. All right, the mini hot press from Cricut. I thought that one is corded though. The mini, is it cordless? Because I like that one, but I didn't want to pay $50 for it. My big iron is cordless. Like, where can I go? I gotta move something in the base, and then it comes out cordless. But I'm spoiled with this one, Mommy, that I wish my mini one was cordless. What, baby?
I can't find it anywhere.
Okay, well go ask Abigail, because that means she moved it. Go ask Abby. All right, so this is done. So I'm lifting it up and pulling it off. And can you see the stitches? There they are. So now I'm just going to trim this away. And maybe I can use my pegboard. where's my, I get my good scissors. My new ones have tape on them. These are real nice and sharp. Okay, so this is a zigzag design, so I'm gonna go just like I would with the satin stitch. If you're doing the bean stitch, then you might want to leave yourself like a 1/4 inch. I think it looks nicer to have a little bit of fabric outside of the bean stitch. Then you can not cut so close to the thread. All right.
I wash my hands, Mommy.
Good job, big girl. What movie are you watching downstairs? You still watching Halloween Town?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it good?
Watch. Watch.
Hmm?
You watch it with us?
I can watch it with you when I'm done. You want to watch my iPad?
Yeah.
It's in my bag right there. You could put Halloween Town on my iPad if you want.
No, I think I want to watch something interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Like YouTube.
Like YouTube.
There's an interesting video on YouTube.
Oh, is there? What is it about?
It's about Barbies.
Barbies? Barbies are very interesting, yeah.
Actually, it's Barbie dolls.
Barbie dolls, okay. All right. Okay, and if you haven't gotten these scissors, you need these scissors. These are my favorite. They are linked in the description box below as applique scissors. They're my favorite. All right, Lucy, can you turn it down just a little bit? Okay, so this is a little section where the little flowers are gonna go. And this is where the strip, we're gonna do the orange stripe in the middle here. Oh, good call, guys, on the swirl. The swirl looks really good. I like it. Okay, now that is trimmed. Got a little bit of threads going on. Stuff falling out the pegboard. Okay, a little bit of threads going on here. Just wipe that with a, what do you call these things? A lint roller? Okay, now I'm going to do something. I have it on my mat here, and I don't have any water soluble topper, but I think I'll still use this just in case. This is an old piece of parchment paper I use. Seen better days. I should probably cut myself a new piece. I am going to iron the hat before I do the zigzag stitch or whatever stitch you're doing, the satin and this is gonna activate that heating bond you put on the back and make your fabric nice and smooth. So now we can load it up again. Okay. Now see? Nope. Smooth it up. There you go. Alright, so hat. Now we have to do all the little pieces. So let's see what comes next. And just always make sure that your arm, the shirt is not caught up on your arm or anything when you put it in. And it looks good. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing. Press that needle plus or minus. Now the spool. Okay, now it wants to do the zigzag stitch around the whole hat. So I'm going to hit OK, and I got my black thread. And I'm going. Alright, and while that's happening, I am going to put the Heat and Bond light on the back of these little fabrics I have already. Ooh, you know what we can use a different black fabric for? The inside of the little spider. Do y'all want to do the shiny for that? I think that or the crackle would look good for the spider. The shiny or crackle? 15 pesos. I know I have no idea what's happening, but I like it. Okay, we got one shiny, one crackle, two crackle. Okay, Teresa asked if we would use fusible fleece for this. Okay, we got lots of shinies. We're gonna go with the shiny. Okay, fusible fleece I did use last week because we were doing a towel. So, for a regular applique shirt, I don't think it's necessary, but if you were going for a 3D look, you can do it. It's definitely doable. So, here's what the zigzag is looking like. So, I think it's like more of a vintage look to me, the zigzag. I like it. So, I'm going to cut just a square. I could use my printout paper to see like how big of a square I need. I'm just gonna eyeball this. Yep, more than big enough. So, sorry, I'm busy. I know y'all got questions. I know that's the one thing about doing these lives where I'm doing a project is it's harder and harder for me to answer questions. But then sometimes I feel like if we do a live and I just sit down in front of y'all, I don't know if I would talk enough. So, but I want to show y'all things and then we can catch up on questions when we're done. So that is done. And then next is going to be the orange. So let me hurry up. Oh, I got this nice thin strip of orange. I'm a Heat and Bond.
We have a glitter doll. We have two glitter doll series.
We do?
Yeah.
Awesome.
One of them are Abby, and I have a glitter series that's my own too.
Oh, I'm so excited.
They're LOL dolls.
Oh,
They
boy.
have glitter hair.
Yeah. Oh, I love the LOL dolls that have glitter hair.
in her hair.
Yeah, those are pretty.
We have some. And then this movie.
Yes, thank you, Carol, so much. And Con and Brenda, y'all all helped me so much with answering questions.
It's about LOL dolls and they're collecting glitter fairy LOL dolls.
Okay, my love. All right, so now let me check and see. I don't know if it wants to do. We really don't need a placement stitch for this middle piece because it's already outlined. So let me check and see if the design, if what's next, is it a placement or a tack down? Okay, it was a placement. So I'm just going to skip ahead to the tack down because there's no point because I see exactly where to put my fabric. So I am going to put it. All right, and this is in black. And let's see, I might change to orange thread. Where's my orange? Orange, where are you? Right here. All right. Let me see what's next. Then that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and change to orange because like I was saying, the tack down stitch is kind of visible on this design. So I wanted to match my zigzag stitch. So if you've seen my Persona video, you have seen me change threads. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I just cut the black thread. Here's the end of the orange thread. And I'm just gonna tie them together. And I found that if I go around 3 times, and then just tie a single knot. That kind of works the best. And I just make sure I got it pulled tight. And then at the bottom here, I pull. And this is going to pull the orange through the thread path like that. And then there's a needle button. And I have to loop it around something and then around this white plate here. Right here. And press that. And now the orange is threaded. So, orange is threaded. I'm on my tack down stitch, lock, and go. Alright, I really didn't need that much material at all. Okay, so now I take it off, and you see where the orange tack down. So now I'm going to trim that. Okay, I'm gonna leave the camera in front of me so that I can see and maybe talk to you while I'm doing this. All right. Jennifer's asking where we're at. It's my craft room. This is my happy place. It's very happy. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So if I missed your question earlier, ask now. I'm looking at the screen. Almost. I'm looking down a little bit. Okay, welcome to all the new people here. If you missed my intro this afternoon. My name is Carly Bell. I have a blog over at carlybell.com, and I like to share machine embroidery tutorials. I also love using my Silhouette Cameo, which I know we haven't done any tutorials yet, but I do have some planned. And also like DIY projects and stuff I have on my blog, like how we built, and when I say we, mostly my husband, built my L-shaped sewing desk that I have. So that's the only little bit of DIY we've done. Okay, here is the orange. So now we're gonna load back on the machine, and let's see what flower is next, and then I probably need to change. Now, we are going to do the zigzag stitch of the orange now. So that's the finishing stitch. So lock and go. And I need to add heat and bond light to all my little flower pieces. So this machine is a little nicer in that you don't have to babysit it like you do the PE-800, but I'm still a little nervous. What makes you think of cinnamon rolls, Carol? That's okay, Dawn. Thank you for joining us, and yes, you can watch the replay later. I think YouTube, it takes a little while to process, but it definitely should be up by tomorrow to where you could rewatch it. All right. You going to sleep, Brenda? Thank you for watching. Okay. I am, yes, thank you, Kathy. I love my sewing desk. It's my favorite. Okay, I'm just cutting some heat and bond light to go on the back of these pieces that are going to be the flowers and the spider. So just cutting a piece of heat and bond to fit this. Oh, you was telling the other lady bye, Brenda? Alright. So let me finish cutting these real quick. Okay. telling Dawn night. Okay.
Come on, Elsie. Okay, you were. That is pretty cool. Told you. You should trust me. Oh, yeah, if you scrub it a bit more, it is wet.
That's exciting. We got some new people watching tonight. Okay, so I got the spider and the flowers heat and bond cut, so I'm just pressing them real quick. Okay, sorry I don't have the camera looking the right way right now. Okay, but now they're all done. They have the paper, so we just peel it off, and now it's ready. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to press my orange before I did the zigzag stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and press it now. It works a little better if you do it before your finishing stitch, but since this stitch is not a dense one like the satin, it's still a little giving. So I'm gonna press my orange down. Okay. Oh, good, PJ. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, PJ, check out the Facebook group. That's where we kind of all know each other now. It's from the Facebook group. Okay. So my spider is next. So, oh, I should have did that while I had the black on. I didn't pay attention. So I'm going to change threads back to the black. And then I need to go pick a purple and a green thread.
The theme is JoJo. I've always wanted a JoJo themed party. There's so many bows and a colorful bow tree. Wow, and it has a cupcake birthday bow. Oh, and even on this birthday
came right up. Sometimes I am good at tying knots, and sometimes I am terrible at tying knots.
I even notice now that there's a big giant.
And when I first started, my hands were just like not working. My hands and my brains were like not connected at all. Now I've gotten a little bit better, but still, it's tricky.
Me too.
Nope, came right undone.
And look at my rainbow one.
Why are you coming undone?
Happy birthday, Anya. We got you
There
a
we go.
special machine for your birthday. Wanna try it out? Nice, it's pink and shiny. I noticed the big bow on top. Cute, cute, cute.
Okay, this is my thread bucket. Alright, sorry, I'm missing everything. Okay, black thread back on, black, go. And then this is the fabric for the spider. Take that off. Okay, putting spider fabric on. Okay, spider is done. I lost my scissors. Okay. Oh yeah, the spider looks good in the shiny because it's a lot different color than the black because it's so shiny. So that looks good. Okay, so I just trimmed the spider. There you see it. So it looks nice next to the swirls. All right, I'm gonna lightly press it quickly. And now it's ready and it's gonna do the spider legs and everything.
I can help you, but
And while it's doing that, I need to find a purple thread and a green thread. I did, let's see. How does this purple look? I think that looks good. Oh, you're leaving? My machine is too loud for you? Okay, so let me put y'all down. I am crooked. Okay, purple fabric thread. I think that looks good. All right, green. I want to go bright. This is one I bought. I never opened yet. And this is, the lighting is not, let's see. This is kind of a bright green, but I think it goes good with the fabric. All right, Cindy has a question. If you need service on your machine, is it easy to take back or is heavy? So yeah, so like I bought my machine online, so I didn't get it from a dealer. So my plan is to bring it to the same baby lock dealer that just serviced my PE 800. And when I do that, I will need my husband because it took 2 of us to lift it off the ground and put it on the stand. So it's definitely going to be a 2-person job because we're upstairs right now in my house. So we're going to have to carry it downstairs, put it in the back of my car, bring it to the service, the baby lock dealer. And I didn't price it yet, but I think it's $150 to service the big machine, and it was $100 to service my PE 800. Sherry, I am using Exquisite brand thread, and I have a link for it in the box below. I don't know, Sewing Machines Plus, my Sewing Machine Plus links were broken earlier today. I don't know if they're working. So if you go and try and look at the Persona, my thread, I think the only other one is the link to the NQ1600E, another Brother machine. If those links aren't working, I'm sorry. My links for them, it's like they're down right now, but you can check back later. But it's Exquisite brand thread, and I buy it from Sewing Machines Plus, and that's where I got my machine from too. Okay, Bridget said, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this after. My daughter's having a rough time. Oh, trust me, I know how it is with the daughters. I'm very lucky Elise lets me do this. Because remember the first YouTube video I did, she was not very happy. Okay, Jessica said it was $150 to service her Singer. How often do I service my machines? The PE 800, I had it serviced after a year or 2 when I first got it, but I was using it like every day, and then I went like 4 years without servicing it, so it really needed it the other day when I got it. But my goal is probably every 2 years. Elise, you okay? Yeah. All right. Heard something fall. Okay, she just dropped the iPad, but it doesn't have a crack. It's fine. I don't use my machines every day. I'm not running a real small business, so I think 2 years is fine for me. If you're running a small business and you're using your machines on a regular basis, I would say every 1 year. Let's see. All right, and Bridget asked, hi Lone Cat. And Bridget asked how much the machine. The machine was $5,000. Yes, for the Persona. The PE 800 runs about $700 right now, depending on where you find it. When Amazon has it in stock, lately it's been like $675, but then the other day they had it in stock and it was $799. So Amazon fluctuates. When Swing Design has it in stock, it's $720 or $730, but it comes with $300 in So Fancy gift cards. So that's a good deal to me. And then when Sewing Machines Plus has it in stock, it's $8.99, but then you can use a coupon code to either get 5 or 10% off to knock it down a little bit. Okay, wait, I'm sorry, I'm catching up on how many years have I been doing this, if you don't mind me asking? I have been doing this since Abigail was 1, so 7 years. Mom got to she waved at me like I could see you, girl. That's when Elise comes, when Elise gets the phone and she's like, where's your friends? I want to see them. And I'm like, we can't see them. Okay. Bridget says she has a PE 800 and had to pay $800. Yeah, I mean, since the pandemic, things are crazy with embroidery machines and sewing machines. It seems like the only machines you can get in stock are the big fancy ones. This is how easily I am talked into things. I really wanted a step up from I have the older model. I have the PE 770. So it's a step older than the PE 800. It doesn't have a color screen. And I really wanted to get a bigger machine, and I was interested in the NQ 1600E, and that is like one step up. It's a little bit nicer of machine stitches, a little bit faster, cuts jump stitches, and has a 6x10 hoop, and it retails for like $1,500. And then with Sewing Machines Plus, if you could get a coupon, you can get it down to like $1,400 or $1,350. So that's what I was going for, and I called them, and I thought they had a used one that I could buy, and they end up selling the used one, and they didn't have the new ones in stock. And after talking to the lady on the phone, I got talked into a $5,000 machine. So that's how that worked out. But that's because all the smaller machines weren't in stock. Oh, the spider looks cute. Okay, the spider looks real cute. Can you see? Okay, so that's how that happened. Okay, spider's done. Now we're gonna do flowers. So I'm gonna do the 2 outside flowers in the purple, and I'm gonna do the inside flower in the green. So I'm gonna stitch the 2 outside flowers first and move the machine around. I've already lost my applique pieces. Here they are. I'm gonna move the steps around so that I can not change my thread color again and again. So let's go purple first.
Squishy necklace activity. First, pick a squishy.
Lacey, that is loud. Can you turn it down, pretty please?
Then decorate with beads. There's one more squishy left. Get it quick.
Okay.
Got the last one. Now for
Black. Okay, also, opinion. What color should I do her name?
I'm sure there's
Should I do orange, purple, or green?
Don't know what we should do.
The purple flower is going to be right next to the M in Mason, so I would want to do purple, but I don't know if it's going to look good since the purple flower is going to be right next to the name. If I should do orange instead. Yeah, see, everybody's saying orange. Yep.
Oh, really? I know you didn't know, and that's okay, Anya. We learn things every day.
Another thing, if I would have thought of that ahead of time, I would have had one less color change.
Nice if you give it to her, and I'll just bring you another one, okay?
I'm not doing so great with thinking ahead these days.
The last one. You are my guest, and I was supposed to give it to you. Anya, what do you think about this shiny donut?
I didn't decide on this project right before tonight, because then I wouldn't have had all the fabrics I wanted to do.
I think I did pretty good. Yeah, me too.
All right, my tying is not great.
This is my pattern. Pink, yellow, pink, blue.
Okay, it might break when I pull it through. We'll see. Gonna pull slowly.
Yellow.
Yay, it made it. Okay.
Color next.
All right. Okay. Purple is threaded. Let's do the outline.
you gotta say that mine is the
Looks
best.
good.
Look at all the sparkles I have. I did and I have a rare sparkly donut.
Alright, so I stitched the placement stitch. Now I'm going to put the purple fabric.
Excuse me, Elena. I have the most beads. See? You know what, guys? I win because I have the best squishy and the most
I'm going to cut this little bottom corner so that I could lay the next applique piece and it won't overlap. Watch me see what I mean. So I'm gonna do this one now, and I didn't want this fabric to be underneath it while I do it, because normally you would wait and do each applique piece at one time. So now I'm going to jump ahead. I think that's the middle one. Nope.
Alright, let's take them off.
That was that one.
Plop and plop.
And I'm gonna skip the placement
Smell that
stitch.
breeze. It smells like the
And
ocean.
just
It's so
do
cool over there. Anya, look at my
this one.
swimsuit. It says take me to the beach. And I'm already at the beach. Yeah, and my swimsuit has palm trees on it. Yay!
Okay.
There, I'm sure the girls will like these
So-
sweet trees. Girls, come have a surprise to eat here. Coming.
Lacey, turn it down. Okay, so now we have our two purple flowers, and I'm gonna trim that.
Okay, we'll go together.
All right, I'm missing the stories. Who did we grow up listening to? Ah!
Pancakes for you with fruit. Yay! Yummy.
It's too loud, baby. I can't hear. Okay, sorry. All right, now I'm just trimming the purple fabric. Same steps, we'll trim and then we will press. Are y'all okay with me having the camera like this, or you want me to move it to where you can see me trimming? Because I just figured by the time I get the camera up there, I'll be done trimming. All right. Carly, can you ever have a name in different colors? Not one letter, but yes, you can have, like, you can put a name in rainbow. You could have like K and A, you know, all my letters of my name, each one in a different color. Yes, you can do that in Embrilliance Essentials. You would have to click each letter and then on the side just change the color, and then the machine would stop for every letter and you can change the thread and stitch each letter in a different color. Okay, purple is done, and now I'm just gonna press it. Another reason it's good to use this parchment paper is some embroidery thread, like I've been told the Bro thread from Amazon is not heat resistant. Do not put your iron on it. So that's when it's good to have some protection over the thread. So there's our purple. So now we're gonna go back and do the zigzag stitch, and it does like a nice little swirl in the middle of the flower. It's really cute, which you could see it in the paper design. Okay, so the purple's loaded. We're gonna do this flower first. But you see from the paper, it does like this little swirl stitch in it. Okay. Now she's leaving again because it's too loud. Okay. Spell check can be a nuisance. Don't forget to iron. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. I need those reminders sometimes because I'm not that good at remembering things. I bought a bunch of fabric samples on Wish that I use for applique. Oh, that's cool, Lone Cat. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm going back and reading. Are y'all talking about Khan's name? Ooh, variegated thread is fun. Yes, Carol. Okay, y'all were talking about hats for the Persona. Yes, there is a hat driver. I have not played with it yet. It's this fancy contraption. And I would take the frame holder off, and this would go on the machine, and then there's another piece that goes and fits on this and can hold structured hats. So that's another cool thing I like about this machine. I haven't had time to play with it yet. Okay, so that's the first purple flower. Now I'm gonna go backwards to the other purple flower and do that one. Then we just have the green flower and the name, and we're done. Carol, you have the driver too. It's scary looking. It is. It really is. It's gonna take me a minute to figure it out. Okay. Okay. Question. Love your videos. Have you gone over all the fabrics to use for applique? Do I need vinyl? A little confused about that. Ah! Cancel. Cancel? Okay, what did I do? Am I still here? Okay, so applique is really cool in that you can use all kinds of different fabrics for applique. I typically use quilting cotton, and this is the end of my craft table, and it's a hot mess. But each of these baskets hold, and then I have fabric on top of it. This is a little fat quarter set I think I got at Walmart. And here's some fabric I got from the quilting store. And this is full. This is supposed to be nice and pretty where it just has my pink fabrics in it. But you can see I have, this is all quilting except, let's see, here's a piece of like satin. You can use that. I do have some, because like I was looking at this earlier, I was looking to see what black fabric I actually had, and all I have is solid black, and I have this sequin-y black. This, I've also used this for applique. It's just a little bit more delicate, especially have to be careful with that one with heat. When you put the heat and bond on the back, it kind of shrivels up. You got to be like super quick with the iron. It doesn't need much. I've also got this shiny, this is almost like foily like material. I've done appliques in that. I've done appliques in fleece. So lots of choices for applique material. Then another cool thing is vinyl. So they have something called embroidery vinyl, or you can use HTV, which is the heat transfer vinyl. So this is all my heat transfer vinyl. These are my glitters. And you can cut a piece, peel off the clear carrier sheet, and lay that on the spot just like you were laying the applique fabric. Stitch it. Sometimes you don't even have to trim it with scissors. You could just tear it and iron it, and it stays in place. Then the embroidery vinyl is vinyl that has a canvas backing. Where do I have some? Here, I bought some from Angela at Kids Custom Design. So this is embroidery vinyl. It kind of has a canvas back. It's thin. I also have marine vinyl. I wouldn't use that for applique. I use that for the key fobs. But the embroidery vinyl is a little bit thinner. And this is good for, you can use this for appliques too. But don't put any heat and bond on the back of it. So lots of options, which is a problem because that's more stuff I have to buy. This is all my stuff I got from My Punk Broderie. I don't know if you could see all that in there. I bought all these for making key fobs and snap tabs, which we did in an earlier video where we made, I still have Elisa's thing. I need to hook it on her school bag, but that's in an earlier video. Okay, sorry, I'm missing all the questions because I keep talking. All right. Okay, Bridget said she had all her scraps separated, too. Yeah, I had it all nice and pretty, and then the more I do things, the messier things get. Okay, when we buy professionally done applique dresses and they are stiff on the applique, what are they using? One of the things might be, it could be a couple things. It could be the stabilizer they're using. If they have a thick cutaway for the stabilizer, that can make the shirt stiff. And then if, depends on what kind of fabric they're using, you know, if they're using a vinyl, the vinyl is stiff. It doesn't give and is soft like the fabric is. Where did you get the envelope of vinyl? mypunkbroidery.com. I have it linked in the video where we did the key fob. A couple, when did we do that? A few, in September, I think, at the beginning of September. Okay, a green name would be nice because I only have a little bit of green in the design. I think so too. What size needle for the marine vinyl? I am still using the 7511. I'm gonna test it out with that, and if I feel like, if I break a needle, then I'm gonna change to a 9014. But I think a 7511 will be fine. My husband is ready to divorce my crafts. Yes. I have hand sewn since 12, crocheted since 9, quilted since early 20s. Wow, that's awesome, Kathy, that you've done all of that and since such a young age. See, that's one of my things. I'm hoping, my girls like coming in here and they like crafting, but I haven't showed them sewing. I mean, I'm not a big, I know a little bit, but I'm not like, I wouldn't consider myself a real sewer. I make masks and a couple straight lines. I've tried making a dress. So I'm working on it, but that is something that I want to show my girls. One thing I do with them is they help me design things. Like they help pick the fabrics and pick the designs and stuff like that.
I'm a little tired.
Okay, baby, I'm almost done. She's ready to go to bed. Okay, so we did the purple. Now we have
I'm a little tired.
green. I gotta change the thread. Okay. So, and if you've not messed with these cones before, see the bottom? The thread is hooked in there. I'm gonna pop it open. So that's how you could keep your threads from going everywhere when you're done, as you can roll them up in the bottom of your cones. If you hadn't noticed that before, most of these cones will do that. They'll pop out at the bottom. All right, so y'all think green for the name and not orange, even though I just see a little girl being like, I don't want my name green. I know Elise would tell me that. That's why I'm saying that. I don't know if Mason is as picky as Elise. So what do y'all think, a green name or an orange name? Orange, green. What thread is that? This is the exquisite embroidery thread that I like to use. Okay, we got 2 greens and 1 orange. More greens. 1 more orange. 1 more orange. I'm not good at making decisions. Y'all gotta make this for me. Do I have a brighter green? No, this is the brightest green I have. As far as a light green. I have a dark green. But I don't think that's gonna look good. Well, it would. But I like this one. Okay. I'm gonna make, I think I'm gonna stick with orange for the name. Green. I'm so easily swayed. Yeah, neon would be nice. I have a neon pink. Of course, Elise picked one time when she came to the sewing store with me. So, I mean, yeah, when you put this, yeah, the green does look good. And you can say, witches are green. Like, she'll like it. She'll like it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to look away for a minute, and I'm going to thread the green. Okay, we got to cut this end. That's all squiggly. so I'm cutting the purple and tying them together. I'm not very good at tying tonight. Of course, because I'm on video. I blame YouTube. Ah. And some people don't even like tying. They just go ahead and run it through the thread path, which is, it's really not that bad. The thread path is not as, I find, as easy as the PE-800. It's a little bit different, but it's not so much where you could run it, if tying is too tedious for you, you could just run it through the thread path. It's not that bad. Okay, so where am I? I'm gonna skip the placement stitch because it's very obvious on where this flower goes right there. So I don't need to stitch out a line telling me where to put my fabric because it's very obvious. I need to put it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the tack down stitch. Okay, lock, go. Oh, did I get it? Nope, I stopped because my thread came out of the needle. So let me thread it again. It just came out of the little eye loop. All right, and now I'm gonna back up, start that step over again. And hit go. All right, now the thread stayed. Oh, crap. I went around the wrong flower. Okay, I'm gonna cut. All right, I thought I had the right flower set. I did not. I sewed around the purple flower. So, let me fix this. This is not too bad, but never fails. Something happens. Something happens. All right, I'm gonna use my handy dandy seam ripper. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it back there. I have to do it here. Here we go. Yeah, we got this. Just pull these green threads out. It actually doesn't look bad with the green going around the purple flower, but I don't have it going around the whole thing, so I'm gonna pull it out. Let's see. I could wait and do that when the design is over, so I'm not wasting time in the video doing that. And I'll just leave it there and I'll fix it before I give it to her. Okay, I could actually just leave my fabric right there because it is going to stitch right over that line again. But I need to pick the right flower so it stitches this one. Okay. Alright, now I have to pick. So. Alright, bye Brenda. Thank you for joining us tonight. Okay. Alright, so it's a very tiny screen. you know, you're looking at right here is your preview of what's actually stitching next. I kind of wish this was showing you what was stitching next, and this shows you the whole design. I wish Brother would switch that. So that is the purple flower. Purple flower. That is my green flower. That's the placement. That's the tack down. Lock. Go. Now we got it. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now we have a green flower sewn correctly. I'm just gonna trim it. Scissors, 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 right here in front of me, like right in front of me. I have 2 pairs of these. I just bought a new pair recently because I find, oh, I did something a little bit stupid, but it's not the end of the world. I forgot to peel the Heat and Bond light off the back of the applique. See that? It's not the end of the world. That might make your applique a little stiff, but it's okay. So I'm not gonna worry. I could seam rip it and pull it out if I was worried about it, but now there's kind of no point at ironing it because it's just gonna, it's still not gonna adhere to the fabric on the back, so I won't worry about it. But it's just gonna stitch to it. It's like, it's almost like it's a piece of a stabilizer behind the green, so it's no big deal. So these things happen to everybody. All right. Okay, slide that back on. So now, last steps, we will do the swirl of the green flower. We'll do the name in green, and then I can finally sit and talk to y'all. Where am I? I'm at a little under 2 hours. Okay, seam ripper is best friend. Yes, it is. Trace function, yes. I think this is a gift, but I could be wrong. Lovely. Someone's going to be very happy if it's for the lovely young lady we saw earlier. Oh, the shirt. I'm going to ask her if she wants a shirt like this. This is actually for my friend at work. His little girl. She had a birthday last month, and I've been supposed to give her a birthday, you know, I went to make her something for her birthday, and I haven't gotten around to it. And now that we're in October, I'm like, I'm going to make her a Halloween shirt. So, and shirts and now key fobs are pretty much my go-to gifts. Anybody has a birthday, they get a shirt or a key fob or both. Okay. In your opinion, do you think a serger is a must-have item? Like I said before, I am not a really experienced and avid sewer, but I want to be. And if you, I've heard from people, sergers are amazing. I bought a serger because I got a really good deal on it. I got it for $125. And when I saw that, and it was like December of last year, and I told my husband, I'm like, I want this for Christmas. And he got it. So that was my Christmas present. But I mean, that was a really good deal. Now, would I go and pay $500 for a serger? I don't use it that much, I think, to pay that much for it. So it depends on what you want to do and how good of a deal you get. You know, I got a really basic one. I don't have a fancy one. So now we're stitching Mason. Okay, so but I do, when I do use it, I love it. It is a great machine, and I still don't even, there's so much more I could do with it, and I haven't learned it yet. So that's why I'm happy I have it, and I plan to do more with it when I have more time. But for right now, it's great. So it depends on you. You know, you really gotta figure out if that's how much you want to pay for one. And maybe you could find a used one even too. So let's see, Carol's the person to ask. She uses it for everything, including mask. Using mine before dinosaurs roamed the earth. Carol, you are not that old. All right. You find yourself needing something to seal the seams. Yeah, the serger is great. It gives you beautiful, nice finish edges. And if you do a lot of garment sewing, it's great. Yeah, the budget kind of is good. So I happened to find one I think is discontinued, and I think that's why I got such a good deal on it. The one I have is, what is it? A 1634D. I think the newer version is the 1034D. Am I thinking of that right? I have links to both of them in last Sip and Stitch video where we did the hooded towel. I found links to both of them, but they're both like crazy overpriced right now because they're sold out everywhere. So just keep looking. But their normal price, I want to say, is $200-ish. Is a normal price for them. But if you can find a better deal, just keep looking. Okay, Lone Cat says, if you're a sewer, then yes. If you don't, then no. The more spools you have, the more tricks you can do. Yeah. Carol, why don't you start a sewing YouTube channel? Show us how to make some stuff. Oh, she made all her kids' Halloween outfits. That's sweet. I'll make them a Halloween shirt. All right. Dawn, you're still watching in the car? Yay, thank you. All right. Carol, you can make videos. If I can make a video, you can make a video. All right, we're done. Guys, look how stinking cute this is. So cute. I love it. All right, let's clean her up. Gotta love my video setup. You're literally hanging from a hoop on a pegboard right now. Okay, so we have the t-shirt, the poly mesh, and the sticky tearaway. So we can just pull. The zigzag stitches are not going to pull from the tearaway as nicely as satin, but it still should do good. Oh, where's my... I think my mesh is still there yet. My poly mesh came undone from the shirt and is stuck on the tearaway, so I gotta pull it up. Okay. So I could just pull that off as much as possible. Now, the cool thing with the Durkee frame, if I wouldn't have torn this, that might be better. Technically, I could reuse this. I could take a new piece of a new piece of sticky tearaway and stick it. If my little hole would be smaller, you could just go a little bit outside your hole and put a new piece there. You wouldn't have to cover the whole frame. This is good when you have a small area and you can redo it. I've been told you could do that 2, maybe 3 times before you have to pull everything off and start with a fresh sheet again. So that is something cool with the EZ Frames to help save you on stabilizer. I could just cut out a piece this big and stick it behind it where the sticky side is up again and ready to go for our next project. Okay, back to the shirt. So I didn't use topper. I do need to fix that green line. So I don't have any topper to pull away. And you see why I didn't think I need topper? It's because the stitches, you don't have a nice clean satin stitch, so it's supposed to look jagged, and I just didn't think we really needed it for this project. But usually I love my topper. So if when in doubt, use it anyway. All right, so here's the back. You can see my poly mesh. It's kind of stuck, it's kind of not. I'm gonna pull it even where the places where it's stuck, because I'm gonna trim it to be a little bit closer to the hat. There is some tearaway still stuck in the hat. It doesn't matter, it could stay. You could pull it out. It's a little hard to pull out because I don't have a nice solid edge like the satin stitch gives me where I could pick it out. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I can pull it away right here a little bit. When you do sketch stitches, bean stitch, those are harder to pull the tearaway and the water soluble out, and you have to be careful too because it pulls on the stitches, so you don't want to mess them up. So I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm just going to trim this poly mesh. Be careful not to actually cut my shirt, so I've done that before. I think everybody does that at one point or another. Oh, that's something I need to add to the supply list in the Facebook group, is all the what's the powder stuff somebody recommended once to help seal up when you cut a hole on accident. We got to add that to the supply list, Carol. Somebody remind me to do that tomorrow. Okay, so we're just trimming the poly mesh a little bit. It sticks halfway decent. But I'm going to put some Tender Touch over the back of this. Okay, so just around it a little bit. And now, well, you know, I wish I could get this tearaway out because it still has the blue line of the, I see it, the blue line of my placement stitch. It's going to wash out. It's fine. The blue side of the marker, it really has to be washed out. It'll come out with the Tide pen a little bit, but the purple side kind of disappears just sitting there. It's also air disappearing. Ink. All right, I'm not going to worry about that no more. That's good. Okay, now we're going to press. And let's get that poly mesh down on the edges there. We want that to be nice and pressed before we add the Tender Touch cover up. Kind of doesn't. I've heard it goes better when you use your heat press, but I never used my heat press for this. I have to try. I don't have it turned on right now though. Okay, this is the, I call it Tender Touch, but really the Sulky brand, that's their trademark, is Tender Touch. I call them all Tender Touch. But this is an over the back fusible cover up. This is to help cover up the stitches so they're not rubbing against your kid or baby's skin. And it's soft on this side. This is the World Winder brand I buy on Amazon. I find it adheres a little better than the Sulky brand. I find the Sulky brand, and they have another brand where they call it Cloud Cover. I don't find they stick well. This one goes a little better for me. This is almost the same width as my design, but I think it'll be okay. And you got to put some pressure when you do this. And it might still come up a little bit on the corners when you wash it, and you can just iron it back down. Okay, I just kind of scratch it and see if it comes up. And it's not. Okay, so now it's nice and smooth on the back. And now all that's left is to get rid of our placement marks. So you can either wet it with a spray bottle, or I like to use a Tide pen. I find it comes out. With using the water, you have to like make the shirt soaking wet. And the Tide pen, I could just do a little dot and it comes right out. I don't see one under here. I think that's everything. So that's all. We are done. We got some little threads. You can just get them off with a lint roller. This one don't want to come off. Okay. So all I have left to do, and I'll do this later, is I have this one little line of green stitching in the purple flower. I didn't mean to be there. It does look good though. It wouldn't have looked bad. I could have did my my tack down stitch in the green and then did the purple zigzag on top, and that would have looked good. But this is the shirt. I think it came out really cute. Great decision on the swirls, guys. That looks really good. So now I can sit and talk for a minute. And you know what I haven't done? Had a sip. Still have a full drink. Okay. So, thank you, Dawn. Yes, I think it came out really cute. Okay, please now, if I missed a question, please tell me. Okay. Yes, Monica, I'm thirsty. Okay, what am I drinking? This is my favorite drink. It's called a painkiller. It's a rum drink. It's dark rum with pineapple juice and orange juice and this cream of coconut stuff. It's good. I'm supposed to put nutmeg in it too, but I never have nutmeg. Okay, Teresa wants to know, how do I launder the shirt? I throw my shirts in the wash with my kids' clothes and wash it like I do everything. I wash it on cold and tumble dry, medium, low. You can, like, if you're wondering like what to tell your customers, I tell them inside out, wash the shirt inside out, and tumble dry low, or hang dry. They hold up good. I don't have any trouble with it. Bridget said looks like pineapple and Tito's. Okay. Random question. Have you ever stitched on a pocket tee? Yes. We were talking about that in the group earlier today. Someone wanted to do a little kid shirt and do the pocket on a little kid shirt, and they were wondering what they could do because they were worried about the fabric shifting. So like, I have a pocket on my shirt now. Okay, so like I had this little tiny pocket. So when you do embroider on a pocket, more than, I mean, even on my
Mommy!
What, baby?
I want one of these. I really want this.
You really want that? Okay, well, you know Santa Claus is coming soon.
I want to get it for Christmas.
Okay.
Put it on my list. Put it on my list, Mommy.
Okay. Everybody remember. Gotta put this on Elise's list when we write our letter to Santa. What is it? Lego Trolls? Lego Trolls. Okay.
I love Lego Trolls. I always wanted that.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to be an extra good girl. You know that, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let Mommy finish her video, and I'm gonna come lay with you. Go ahead. Okay. So, pocket tees. A little pocket like this, it's gonna be it's not going to be a functional pocket when you're done. So Bridget said her daughter just reacted to my daughter. Now she's going to want troll Legos too. Oh, she's dancing now. You see her? Her favorite thing right now is Phineas and Ferb. She loves watching. She sings all the songs. All right, back to pockets. When you embroider on a pocket, it's not going to be a functioning pocket anymore. You're going to end up sewing it through to the other side of the shirt. So, but one thing that come home, Perry. Okay. But when you're embroidering 2 layers like this, one of the things that's hard is the fabric can shift because you have the back layer adhered to your stabilizer, but this layer is, you know, it's there, but it's not really adhered to anything. So one of the things that you could do is cut a little piece of Heat and Bond light and then stick it in the pocket with the fusible side down, and then take it and pass your iron over it, and then open the pocket and peel away the paper, put the pocket back down and iron it, and now you've adhered your top part of your pocket to the back fabric, so now it won't shift as much. So that's a good idea to help with embroidering pockets. And then I would float the whole shirt on a piece of poly mesh or cutaway, and then embroider your pocket. So yeah, so you're gonna close up your pocket, Melissa. It's not gonna work anymore. The only time that you can embroider a pocket and not mess it up so that it still works as a pocket is if it's a big pocket and you do it on something like the Persona, where you can slide it in and the bottom of the pocket goes under the free arm, and so just the top part of the pocket will get embroidered, but the pocket will need to be big enough to fit in the free arm. So like a little pocket like this wouldn't work, and a kid-sized pocket wouldn't work, but like a man's shirt pocket, yes, you can. On the Persona, on a flatbed PE-800, there's pretty much no way to do a pocket and not sew the pocket closed. Okay. Oh, you have a Lone Cat has a little boy that loves Phineas and Ferb. Yes. Would you use water-soluble stabilizer on a shirt? Yes. I am usually the queen of always using water-soluble topper. I know I didn't use it tonight, but I do usually use it on all of my projects when there's a satin stitch involved, or any kind of dense stitching. With the vintage sketch stitches, I'm learning that I really don't need it. So, yeah, you accidentally sewed a shirt to itself yesterday. It happens to all of us, Bridget. All of us. I did it on camera. So, it really happens to all of us. When we did Elise's, I can't remember if that was on YouTube or Facebook, but we made Elise a dress. Where I did an applique name on it, and I sewed the dress to itself on video, live. It happens. Yeah, Monica, this is the first time I haven't used topper. It's true. So, but I am learning that now. Like when I go, once I'm done with a design, and when it's a vintage or a sketch stitch, and it's so hard to pull the topper off because there's no clean line to pull it away. And then I'm noticing it really doesn't matter because it's the satin stitches that look funky when you don't use a topper, because they're like, some are in and some are out, and it looks real jagged on the edge. It doesn't give you a nice clean finish. But the vintage sketch stitch stuff, that's how it's supposed to look. So that's why I didn't use topper. So are there any other questions I missed earlier? I'm looking back. Kathy said she's saving now for an embroidery machine for her grandchildren. She loves making them handmade things. Yes, that's one thing I'm saving. The things I've made for my girls, like the shirts. So I'm saving all the shirts that I've embroidered. My phone was ringing. Sorry about that. So I'm saving all the girls' shirts that I've made for them with a design and their name. And if I ever learn how to quilt, I'm gonna make them a quilt out of it. Carol's gonna teach me how. When she makes her YouTube channel. All right, Kathy, thank you. Yes, please hit the like button. The thumbs up button is the like button here on YouTube. If you could please press that. I appreciate it. It helps some sort of crazy algorithm with YouTube that the more likes and comments my videos have, the more it suggests my videos to other people. Like if they're searching for anything embroidery in the YouTube search bar, it will suggest my video if my video has more likes and more comments and stuff on it. So thank you for that. Ooh, yes, PJ had a good suggestion, using a pencil eraser to remove the water-soluble topper in the tiny areas. I haven't tried that. What I typically do is I have my little spray bottle of water and I just wet the whole shirt, and then I have an old face cloth and I just wipe it because it like kind of gums up if it's too much topper in one spot, and I just take a towel and just kind of wipe it off. Oh, PJ, that's how you found me. Yay! It's working! So, okay, the design tonight is from Alphalicious Designs. It is in the description box below. And the font is from Embroidery Boutique. It's called Vanilla Cupcake, and it is also linked down below. I know my description box right now looks a hot mess because I need to go and put spaces in between things, but as soon as this video is over, I will clean it up. But like when you look at the screen, these are all the links to everything that I have. So the witch hat design is here and the font is here, but it's all messed up. I need to fix it. But yeah, everything I use is in the description box underneath the video. We have to hit like see more or something and it pops up. Show them your neat double-sided pencil thing that you use to remove water-soluble topper. I don't have it, Carol, I don't have a double-sided pencil thing. Somebody in the group showed something. They had a, it was some kind of contraption that it looked like a crazy eraser. I do? What do I have? Carol knows more about what I have than I do. For the water-soluble topper, I just use my spray bottle for the water-soluble topper. I have a tie pin. This is my little doohickey. That's my roller. What else do I have, Carol? Seam Fix, purple Seam Fix. Oh, this? That's my seam ripper. Yes, you do, because I bought it after you used it. Purple Seam Fix? I'm confused. Okay. You have to text me a picture after so I know what you're talking about. Purple with 2 white ends. Oh, what is it? Okay, I'll post it on Facebook, Lone Cat, once I, the only thing else I got is my pencil to remove water-soluble topper. I'm looking. A light bulb will go off. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Text me a picture. Okay. If you message me on Facebook, I can see it right now. It usually acts as a seam ripper. That's the purple thing. I'm waiting for a moment to say. I could very often have blonde moments, so it will come. Even though my hair's not that blonde anymore, it used to be. I told my mom the bleach sunk in. It affected my brain. Okay, So yes, the purple seam ripper. I've used that before to pick out water soluble topper. Oh, she's saying she thought it was me. Yes, seam ripper is a crafter's best friend. No, that's the thing they posted on Facebook. So watch, guys. I didn't. No, I don't have one like this. Somebody else posted it. You see it? This is like some sort of eraser thing for the water soluble topper. No, I don't have one of those, but now I'm gonna buy one. So I will find a link. I will. And then I will share it with y'all. Yeah, you saw it in the Facebook group because I saw it too. Because I was like, "Ooh, I need one of those." Okay. Wait, what was that? So that's some sort of eraser thingamajig that people use to, I guess it really has a lot of friction against the water soluble topper and pulls it away when it's stuck in between, you know, some threads. So I will find it and I will post it in Facebook. I'll put it on a supplies list because now it's a new supply we all need. Okay. Anything else I missed earlier? Anybody have any questions about the Persona or the EZ Frames? Did y'all like that tonight? Because I know most everybody has a flatbed machine, so I know I want to stick to my tutorials being mostly on what you could do with the smaller machine, but I have not done one with the Persona yet, so I wanted to show y'all how it works. Ooh, okay. Carol says when you pull the white ends off of that thing, it's a seam ripper on the inside. Y'all see that? That's cool. So those white ends go over that, but the white ends work as the working for the topper. Hi, Lucy. Okay. What is your ironing board size you're using? Okay, it's two seam rippers. Fancy. Okay. So Amazon is my best friend. She sees herself in the phone and she sees herself on the laptop right now. She's very excited. Okay. So what is your ironing board size you're using? Love it. So thank you, Sherry. I made my little ironing board myself. I will have to measure it to tell you how big it is. Let's go use the ruler you broke, Lucy. All right, let's go measure the ironing board. Watch out. I gotta get up. Okay, so my ironing board is, so all this is a piece of plywood covered in a towel, covered in some heat resistant fabric, covered in pretty fabric. It is bigger than 12 inches. It's probably about 14 by 14. And I just used a staple gun to staple it. And then recently I added new fabric and I just pinned it. Because my old fabric was getting dingy. But that's all that is. It was just me not wanting to, you know, I'm using an iron all the time. Wait, don't come right here, Lacey, because my iron's still on. Let me unplug it. It's hot right here, baby. Okay. I found myself needing just a little space to iron for the applique stuff. No, you can't go right there. It's hot. I know. We're going to go back over here. And so I made that little ironing board. I found a scrap piece of plywood in the garage. You're opening my stuff? It's just stabilizer.
I wanted to open it for you.
There we go. You can open it now.
Yay!
Amazon packages for days in here. So yeah, my little ironing board, I love it. It's super easy to make. And you can make it whatever size you want that works for you. This is my stabilizer. This is my tearaway stabilizer. Totally stable.
What's the stabilizer?
That goes underneath the shirt when mommy's sewing it.
Oh,
A-
so you need that.
yes, I need that.
Then you keep it
Thank you. I will.
until you baby.
Okay. Oh, Bridget said she literally covered the table with towel and taped it under the table with Gorilla Tape, and it works as a great ironing board. That's right. Oh, I'm so happy your daughter loves my daughter. Okay, what's your daughter's name, Bridget, so she could tell her hi?
Who's Bridget?
One of Mommy's friends on a computer.
I won't hear her.
She has a little girl like you.
I don't hear. I
I
won't
know
hear
you can't.
her.
You can't hear her. Mommy's reading. Reagan. Can you say hi, Reagan?
Hi, Reagan. Mom, how can you hear?
I don't hear. I'm reading.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi, Reagan. Did she say hi?
Uh-huh. She said, oh. So, all right. All right. Oh, she literally dropped her toys. So cute.
Reagan dropped her toy.
She dropped her toy because she was excited that you told her hi. Oh, that's so sweet. All right, guys. So do y'all have any more questions for me tonight? I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's tutorial. One more time, all the things. Say, please give this video a thumbs up.
Please give this video a thumbs up and click the bell to subscribe.
Please click the bell and click subscribe. If you haven't already joined our Facebook group, please join us. We talk about embroidery all day long and silhouette. This is my new cord to plug in so my phone don't go dead like it did last week. Yes, please join us in the Facebook group if you haven't already. I'm trying to get it all nice and organized and easy to find things. I do have a website, carlybell.com. I don't have too much on there. I'm trying to be better. I post more on Facebook than I do on the website. I need to do more. And then I'm also on Instagram. Again, I don't post there too much, but I do like to do stories on there whenever I am making something and I show you my whole process. And I have a Pinterest board too with all kind of stuff on there. That's where I like to pin all my favorite designs and stuff on Pinterest.
Mommy,
So y'all can find me in all those places, and then also of course here every Friday night for Sip and Stitch. And sorry I'm taking so long tonight to make, but I think the little shirt came out tonight good. So thank you all so much for joining in and watching. I appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all next Friday night. Okay, don't touch. All right, tell everybody bye.
Bye.
Say bye.